Section 5.3, example 4, finding the y and x intercepts of the polynomial in factored form. Well, this one's easy because they did all of the hard work for us. So all we have to do is look to see what the zeros are. So, oh, actually the x and y intercepts. So let's start with the, I don't know, they wrote y first. So let's start with our y-intercept. Now our y-intercept happens when x is equal to 0. So for the y-intercept, we're going to evaluate our function at 0. So again, y-intercept, we'll do it this way. So our y-intercept happens when x is equal to 0. So here we're evaluating our function at 0. So everywhere we see an x, we're going to plug a 0 in. That's plus 3. And now from here, we have -2 squared times 2 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3. We don't have to put that positive there. And now we have -2 squared, which is 4, times 3. So this is 12. So when x is 0, y is 12. So we have that part there. Let's give our x-intercept a try. So x-intercept happens when y is equal to 0. So here we're setting our function equal to 0. So our function is equal to 0 every time one of those parts is equal to 0. So when this is equal to 0 and also when this is equal to 0. So we're going to separate it. X minus 2 squared equals 0. And also 2x plus 3 equals 0. So starting off with this one, take the square root of both sides. And when you take the square root of both sides, or taking the square root of a variable, you have to give the other side the option of being either negative or positive. But we have 0, so it's going to be plus or minus 0, which there is no -0, so we're just going to leave it as is. So we have that x minus 2 equals 0. And we just solve for x. So here x is equal to 2. And let's solve this one over here. Divide by 2, divide by 2. We have x is equal to a -3/2. So here we have when x is 2, y is 0. And also when x is -3/2, y is also 0. And there we go. Those are our x and y intercepts of this function. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, bye.